Reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Jimmy Butler of Chicago, averaging over 26 points a game during the Bulls' 6-game winning streak. They move into Indiana to take on the Pacers Monday night, and Jimmy Butler just picking up where he's left off during this streak here in the second quarter, knocking down a three, 37-28 in favor of the Bulls. Derrick Rose getting in on the act with a three-ball of his own. He had 17 in the ball game. Now under 5 to go in the first half. And Jimmy Butler comes up with the loose ball, a race against the clock, and he beats the buzzer with the slam right before the end of the first half. 47-35 by the slimmest of margins. JB gets that one through the hoop. In the third, Derrick Rose gonna get into the paint here. And then Jimmy Butler follows up the miss. The Butler did it in the paint with the putback dunk. Bulls by 18. Still in the third quarter, Mike Dunleavy gonna come up with the swipe right there. Bulls headed the other way. Aaron Brooks finding Dunleavy, filling the wing, reverse lay-in, and the foul. Dunleavy, 8 points and 10 rebounds in this one after a made free throw. Bulls' largest lead of the game at 21. But don't you go counting the Pacers out just yet. They would go on a 20-0 run as the Bulls would miss 17 straight shots from the field. That was C.J. Miles with a fadeaway three. Chris Copeland had 13 of his 17 in the fourth quarter, and that would be a game high for the Pacers. Bulls by one halfway through the fourth. Joakim Noah missing the layup. Louis Scola the rebound, and here comes Indiana. It gets inside to Lavoy Allen for the layup, and he gives the Pacers their first lead since 17-16 in the first quarter. It's now 90-89, just over a buck to play, and Jimmy McBuckets for three. He nailed both of his three-point attempts, finished with 27 points in the ballgame. 0.5 on the clock, Bulls still by 2. In the corner, C.J. Watson missing at the buzzer. So Chicago extends that winning streak to 7 games, holding on for the 2-point road win. The Charlotte Hornets may not be playing well as of late, but they've had great success against their opponent on Monday, the Milwaukee Bucks, winning 7 straight against Milwaukee. Kemba Walker coming off a career-high 42 points his last time out against Orlando, but this was all Milwaukee in the first half. Chris Middleton inserted into the starting lineup. He gets the transition layup. And then Brandon Knight headed the other direction. Bucks led by as many as 21. They led 49-32 at halftime after the Hornets shoot just 26% in the first half, a season low at home. But Charlotte outscores Milwaukee 29-19 in the third. Al Jefferson gets the bucket right there. He would leave the game in the fourth quarter with a groin strain. Just 6 points on 3 of 12 shooting. But the Hornets fighting all the way back now in the fourth. Gerald Henderson knocks down the jumper. And then Marvin Williams had just 8 points in this one. A couple of three-pointers. One of them right there to tie it at 81 apiece. 1 minute left in the ballgame. Still tied at 81. And it's Kemba Walker. Didn't have a great shooting night, just 7 of 22, but was helped out by 12 of 13 from the charity stripe, finished with 28 points. Hornets by 2. 20 seconds to go. Brandon Knight blocked by Cody Zeller, but the second effort is there to tie it at 83. Look at the block from the former Indiana Hoosier, but Knight, a little stick-to-itiveness, never hurt anybody. Under 10 seconds to go now. Still tied at 83. It's Kemba Walker. Always a flair for the dramatic, but not right there. He throws it away, and now Milwaukee has got a chance with 2.6 on the clock. Jared Dudley pulling up from 18 feet, but he can't connect. So these two teams head into overtime, and Milwaukee just dominant in the extra frame. Brandon Knight gets to the rack. He had 18 points, leading $6 in double figures. And then John Henson throwing it down with the left hand. 11 points and 5 blocks for the former Carolina Tar Heel off the bench, as Milwaukee earns its first win over Charlotte since April of 2013.
The Sacramento Kings are looking to win back-to-back games for the first time in more than a month, as the Brooklyn Nets hosting DeMarcus Cousins and company. We start you off with Cousins splitting the defenders and getting strong inside for the layup. He was 9 of 12 from the field. He and Mason Plumlee are buddies, and Plumlee going to work on Cousins, their old Team USA teammates, and there's Plumlee. He had 22 on the game. Brooklyn leading 14-11. Jarrett Jack playing well of late for Brooklyn. Creates a little space. He's a big point guard, takes the contact, makes the shot, makes the free throw. He had 16. A bit of a strange situation here. After a Kings turnover, you're going to want to watch Reggie Evans. Reggie Evans goes and sits on the bench. Nobody replaces him. That means it's 4 on 5. And lo and behold, we go the other way, and look who's back on the court. Reggie Evans, all alone. Easy. No! He misses the dunk. So the little 4 on 5, was it a trick? Was it a mistake? Whatever it was, it didn't work for Reggie Evans. And Brooklyn remains in front. Mason Plumlee on the alley-oop from Joe Johnson. Hammers that one home. Then Joe Johnson liked what happened the last time, so he does it again. This time just a straight pass. That caps an 11-0 Nets run. They're up by 13 points. Kevin Garnett grabs the long rebound. And then on the break, it's Kevin Garnett on the business end of an alley-oop. Kevin Garnett's all over the place. He's a young guy out there. 10 points on the game. Rudy Gay the other way for a 3. Just over 5 to go in the fourth. That cuts it down to a 5-point game. He had 25 points. The Nets putting it away. Mirza Teletovic for the triple. That goes down. He had 11 points on the game. Then Jarrett Jack to Mason Plumlee, and it's just too easy for him. The left-handed jam. Good there. Brooklyn wins it by 8. Your final score, 107-99. The Miami Heat have won 10 straight games over the Orlando Magic. These two teams meeting up tonight in Miami. And Chris Bosh back after missing 8 games with a calf injury. And how much does this team miss this guy? Strong move, and that's just easy basket for him. 8 of 17 from the field, but the Magic have a young big man who's developing quickly. 26 points and 9 rebounds for Nick Vucevic. Nailed that shot. Orlando up by 8, but Bosh right back at you. Basket and the foul, part of a 9-2 Miami Heat run. Into the second quarter we go. Victor Oladipo sees a little space at the top of the key. Rhythm jumper, that's pure. 22 points on the game. Orlando up by 3. This is a development for Miami. This guy's starting to play a little bit better, and if he does, look out. Danny Granger outside for 3. Danny Granger outside for 3. He's a former All-Star. He was 5 of 5 from distance in the first half. Miami up by 3 at the break. To the third quarter. It's Vucevic with the hook up and over the Birdman. 62-58. Miami in front. Luol Deng up and under, hanging in the air, hitting that one. So it's 72-64. He had 14 points on the game. But here comes Orlando. Outside, Tobias Harris for the 3 and the tie. He had 18 points. Orlando up 1 now, less than 6 to go. Dwayne Wade crossing people up, getting the layup. He had 25 points. Miami suddenly up by 1. They add 3 more to that lead when that guy again, you got to keep an eye on him, Danny Granger, knocks down a 3. He had 21 points. It's 101-97. Victor Oladipo drives it way off the top of the glass. Hits that shot. That ties it at 101 after Oladipo went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 6 seconds left. Dwayne Wade, a chance to win it. He's their guy now. Fading and off the front of the rim and out. And Orlando ends their losing streak against the Heat. They take it by 1, 102-101. The Washington Wizards have won 3 straight games on the road. That's a season high. Today, they're in Houston, taking on the Wizards and the Western Conference Player of the Week, James Harden. 48 seconds into the game, we have a delay. It's a crooked rim. Now we flash you back to January 11th, 2014. Houston at At Washington, the game was delayed due to a leaking roof. So these two teams have experienced this before. Tonight, the players go back into the locker room. It's a 35-minute delay. A new basket is brought out, and it's game on. James Harden to the basket, laying it in, 12 of 23 from the field. Houston up 25-24. Then Rasul Butler loses the ball. Corey Brewer picks it up, goes the other way to Trevor Ariza. Big jam there. Houston up 33-29. Ariza getting a jam on his old teammates. Paul Pierce missing a three-pointer, but Bradley Beal not missing one. 5 of 11 from distance. That caps off a 13-5 run for the Wizards. They go up 46-45 at the half to the third quarter. John Wall, a little defense, a steal from Josh Smith, and then passing to Paul Pierce for the layup. He had 11 in the third quarter, 21 on the game. Later in the third, it's John Wall getting into the paint. Little floater goes down. He had a double-double, 13 points and 12 assists. Then Wall to Bradley Beal, who buries the three. The Wizards would lead by as many as 18 points. Corey Brewer outside, knocking down a deep three. He had 15 points, 84-82. It's a two-point game all of a sudden. Then James Harden in the post. That one goes down. That caps off a 13-2 Rockets run. He had 33 points, but the Wizards in transition. Over to Bradley Beal, who matched James Harden. He also had 33 points. Washington back up by 5. Then John Wall has it stolen by Corey Brewer, who throws it ahead to Patrick Beverley for the lay-in. With just over 2 minutes to go, we've got a two-point game. On the other end, though, Bradley Beal finds Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce, money time, money shot, money player. 98-91 at that point. Washington goes on to win it by a single. Your final score, 104-103.
Third game of the Clippers' 9-game homestand had the Utah Jazz in town looking for a 12th straight win against Utah. Gordon Hayward and the guys in green giving them all they could handle in this game. 12 points in the first half, 22 on the night for Hayward. Chris Paul finding Blake Griffin. They've worked together before.
I think they figured it out. Nice little bounce pass, a little soft baby hook.
Clippers up 4 at the break. Paul, crossover, knocks down the jumper. He had 20 on the night. But they couldn't quite shake the Jazz. Rudy, go Bear. You know what he says? Go Bear or go home.
Go Bear, go home.
We're tied at 60.
Oh, there we go. I know that guy right there. Must see BG down the middle.
Blake Griffin flying into the picture. Clippers up by 2. Griffin, a one-hand touch pass to DeAndre Jordan. That's pretty.
That's one thing that has developed this year between the two of them. Blake doing a nice job of reading that action, Matt, before he gets the pass. They're a touch pass, but Utah, like you said, not out of it. Dante Exum in transition, tied up after 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter, Utah right there.
10 lead changes, 15 ties in the game, including that one at 86. Griffin drives on Derek Favors, muscled his way in. The and one goes. 12 of his 24 points happened in the fourth quarter. As I mentioned, the Jazz would not go away. They got a lot of good shots. Derek Favors, the rebound and the dunk. 18 offensive boards on the night. Late off the Chris Paul miss, DeAndre Jordan with the tip in. And they did it with free throws down the stretch. 19 rebounds for Jordan, by the way.
Wow. He's been
Every night, every night.
That and just 2 field goals, Matt. So that tip in late for them was big.